probably 3 or 4 years ago.
2009. And
Oh, that's why I don't remember it. That's not the one that
16302
we did.
refers to,
That's why I don't remember. I didn't do that one. We did the licensing of them
Yeah.
about 3 or 4 years ago.
Streets.
The
Yeah.
definition was, it must have been.
Yeah, 'cause if you
Well,
look
that
at-
was one that we did way back
Evidently.
when we had the
yeah.
problem with, okay, are we gonna allow those things on the streets?
Right.
That's where we did that, we did that.
We prohibited them altogether,
Tail
and then
lights
that's
and
right.
blinkers
And then we did the
and all
license.
that.
Right, because A and B both reference 16301.
Yeah,
And
that's
B
right.
that I just read.
And for history, we were on the council at the same time, and it was pretty popular. People were pretty excited about being able to drive their ATVs. We even had a counselor here, who's no longer here, that was commuting to work on his ATV.
Well, yeah, and I would love, you know, again, my kids have a 90 and a 50 quad. I mean, I could, you know, right now, I don't really have a way to stop them from just rip it up, kids. And so that's all I'm, you know, I don't know how, I'm all there. Yeah, well, I wouldn't do that, but, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to Tony's question.
Yeah.
Because like I've got one with a spray unit on the back that I spray yards with.
Yep.
And is that,
Well,
that's agricultural.
well, and that's kind of what we were talking about, just for like business purposes, you know, if it's for,
And we could certainly, I think we could add yard work, I mean, something
Yeah,
to
because it says
that.
lawn mowing purposes, I would say that to me
Lawn
spraying
care,
and
yeah,
lawn
lawn
care
care.
could be consolidated.
yeah.
I said my biggest concern with coming back was the personal loading, unloading, and maintenance on the property, but also the idea of a business having a use for, you know, all those small pieces of equipment that are used for construction firms or for around the yard, they're considered off-road vehicles. So right now, you would technically not be allowed to
Mules
use,
and-
yeah, your mules, your John Deere, little small Bobcats, stuff like that, all those things would be sort of banned.
I don't know.
Yeah.
As I read this, the landowner himself or herself can do kind of whatever they want. The idea is to keep, for lack of a better, all the neighborhood kid coming over to your property and rip roaring and having a,
Well, that's kind of what this highlights. It's hard to legislate common sense. You'd think that would be common sense, but yeah, you're right. That's kind of the tough part to write this. So we can definitely give it another, you know,
Yeah, we can work
with
on that
Andrew's
one.
feedback today and then you guys today, I mean, we can come back with it. So, and kind of do a little bit more research.
I don't know that I'd want them next door to me rip roaring around and stuff. I understand that, but I don't want to make somebody that uses their gator for normal yard maintenance or work or to have to go out to the mailbox if they live half a block away.
So,
Well, if it gets to be a continuous noise hazard, then, it has some teeth there. But the one that you read said something about straddling the,
That's the ATV definition, is the
Yeah.
straddling. The other one is off-road vehicles, which is the other.
Side by
Your
side.
gators and
Yeah.
Yours is
Gators
a-
and
your
your-
is
two-seaters.
yours a
Yeah.
straddle or a bed seat? Yeah.
That's right. I have a motion on the floor that we table ordinance 2205 prohibiting the operation of all-terrain vehicles till next meeting. And a second by Councilman Grayman. And so, any further discussion? Those in favor of tabling the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion to table carried. Next item on the agenda this evening is resolution 2017-3, the fee schedule for its yearly update.
Yeah, so as you can see, we kind of sliced it down, diced it just back down to kind of what city services, permits, fees, kind of that type of thing. And just doing some research on what other communities are doing. We just took all that equipment off. Now again, it'll be up to each department, I believe, to keep a price list going for, insurance purposes, et cetera. But I think it cleans it up compared to what it was. There's a lot of stuff on there that for fee schedule didn't need to be on there.
I'd make a motion we approve the fee schedule.
Motion been made by Councilman Miller that we approve resolution 2017-3, the fee schedule. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilman McMillan. Any further discussion?
Are we going with this that's on, that you gave us?
Yes, sir. Yes.
At the top of that schedule, it says 2016 fees.
Oh, sure. Yep. We'll get that fixed.
With correction.
And-
No, that's good.
And I think you might wanna check on one of the dates on the swimming pool fees for a pass. It says 5/4 and everything else is 5/14. Didn't seem like that.
Oh, yeah, there was one that's 5/4, yep, you're right, on the family seasonal, yep.
That's all.
I do appreciate though that they dropped the fees on those,
Yes.
on the pets, because that was really steep, I think.
Maybe we'll get more people spreading money.
Yeah, that's the goal, so we can redesign that a little bit.
Okay, so no further discussion, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda this evening is the KMEA appointments of Jason Raby as Director Number 1, voting delegate, and Lonnie Sporleader as the alternate voting for the KMEA Board of Directors. Entertain a motion to approve.
Ronnie's a good guy.
Yeah.
If he's leaving, why don't we appoint somebody else, number 2? I mean, that's not the only question here.
Because I wasn't, I guess, aware that he was leaving.
Well, he may retire at some point, but basically we were just saying as an alternate, and if he retired, we were to retire or quit even myself, you just have to reappoint somebody new. You appointed me midstream last year. So,
Since he's the director, I think we ought to go ahead and appoint him.
yeah.
Manny Milbers is also the director too.
Who?
Manny.
He's an alternate too.
Yeah, well, he's director, what do they
Director
call
number
it?
2?
Number 2, yeah.
Yeah, but voting alternate.
So now we can just still go with Jason and Ronnie.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
presented.
Okay. Entertain a motion.
That's good.
Who said that? Okay. Motion is made by Councilman Latrell that we approve the appointment of Jason Raby as a voting delegate and Ronnie Sporleader as an alternate. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Ponto. Any further discussion? No further discussion, those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is a pickup for the code enforcement. In your packet, it was explained why we was needing to replace the car and the amount and any, Lloyd.
If it's problem with the rough driving through the alleys and stuff, I would consider fixing the alleys.
Yeah, that was Dave's write-up. I mean, it is doing that, and they were out there fixing it, but it's a good point. To me, the bigger part, I asked him to try to use it during that switch. I think him trying to stuff dogs in that back door and animal cage, he's getting bit. And not to say he's not gonna get bit with a truck, but I told him that. I asked him to use it, and so the last probably 3 or 4 months, we've been kind of looking around to see what's kind of a deal we can find that is solid and will work. The nice thing is it's got the 4-door cab, so that way you can have he's got a lot of tools like tranquilizer guns and leashes and stuff you can keep out of the weather, but also you can have the kennel in the back, so it'd be easier and for a lot of dead animals that he does and hauls. And
Where's the old vehicle going?
so it's going to be traded in, and the Kelly over there, he's got some sort of outfit or outlet that it goes to, and they basically go through the car and then repurpose it. And I believe it's going to, I don't think Dave's here, going to Jordan. I think it's going overseas, like Middle East, and they stick it in to be a police car over there. So
Good place for it.
So moved.
Motion to approve the purchase of the pickup for the code enforcement officer by Councilman Gravon. Is there a second? Second by Councilman Millen. Is there any further discussion? No further discussion, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. We have no closed session. Next item on the agenda is adjournment. Been moved by Councilman Audi that we adjourn. Second by Councilman Miller. Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. We're adjourned. Now we'll roll into the work session. Katie, do you have anything at this time?
Nothing else, and I'm actually gonna head out, so.
Okay,
Thank
thank you. Mr. Raby, do you have anything else?
Unless you guys have something for me.
You look magic.
Yeah, the power, yeah, so you guys saw that the power was out for about 20 minutes, and because of the power plant, it was called an instantaneous outage, so they're not quite sure it's circuit 14, and, you know, it could have been the tree trimmers out there, so it could have
Wasn't
hit.
just the school that was out there.
Correct, it was a whole circuit, so, yeah, both schools were out, obviously, in the hospital, so, they drove the lines, didn't see anything obvious that I know of yet, I don't know if anything's changed with that, and then, flipped it back on, so, thankfully, power's back on, it stayed on, from what I understand, so.
Now, there was one flicker about 5 minutes after it came
Was
on.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it just sort of did that surge enough to trip everything and start it all up again.
Yeah, thank God it didn't, but,
So,
yeah, so, yeah.
I see there was a little flicker tonight. About 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but anyway, so that's kind of what that was relating to.
Got a house, got my wife some candlelit dinner.
Oh, you smoothie, you. I didn't call you silky.
The mayor and Kent and I went to that CIP seminar on Wednesday night, so I think that was informative and be a good exercise that we're all gonna be going through, so. I thought it was- Yeah, I thought it was beneficial. Doug's not here anymore, but he put on a good show, so.
You know, from what I, listening to these people from the smaller communities,
Yeah,
for me, it's like, we have all these issues, and it's like, here are these small towns, we don't have any issues at all. I mean,
Yeah.
they have a full plate with no staff, no money, and, it's just like, you kind of feel for what they're trying to do
yeah.
and keep their communities.
Well, you realize, even in a small community like this, we have to wear a lot of hats and do things, and there you see, and I kind of remember that from before where I came from. You realize that even more. I mean, there's a lot of city clerks there that were just, they do everything, and trying to get resources to help them get there, and so it can be overwhelming times just for us, but just imagine, being on an island in some of the small towns like Tom's saying, it's pretty amazing.
And, and from my other standpoint, it's like, well, we're very fortunate for what our staff does for us as a governing body and our community, because a lot of these small towns, they got to trudge through it on their own. So, to your staff, Mandy,
Yeah.
and the rest of all you, we thank you, and it is appreciated.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's even like tonight. You got your power right back on. So it's pretty exciting.
Cool. Okay, well, thanks, everybody. Have a good week.
You do.
Any alternative facts you want me to report on?
Anything, just make something up.
Okay. Fake news.
Fake news. We're lowering the tax.